Guys, Ham and I are going to be working on one of my absolute favorite tricks, and that is up and off. And so that's simply teaching your dog to put their paws up on something and then to take their paws off and put all four on the ground. There's a lot of useful applications for this. This is a really functional trick. If you have a dog that's just jumping on furniture, jumping on counters, jumping up and off of people, it's a really nice way to solidify what off means. Often we say that word around our dog, especially if you have a young puppy, all the time. But if you think about it, four paws on the floor is kind of a big concept. It's not like a sit where it's just getting this one very particular body position, put your bottom on the ground. It means your paws come off the counter, your paws come off of people, your paws come off of furniture. It can be a little bit of a bigger concept for them. And so this exercise really helps drill into their heads. Up means get onto something with those front paws. Yes, good job, buddy. We've been practicing this. And off means take your paws, yes, good boy, and put them on the floor. So Ham's just showing off here for a second. I'm going to start from step one if your dog has absolutely no concept of what these behaviors mean, of how to start this. What I got is a couple of soft, stinky treats. Nothing too fancy. Right now, I'm gonna go toss one off so I can reset Ham. I'm gonna put one right in front of my puppy's nose. Hang on to it really tight. He's being a little nibbly because these taste really good. And I'm going to use that treat like a magnet to see if I can get, yes, two paws onto this box. Good job. And then I'm going to take him off. I'm not gonna worry about words right now, but I'm gonna look for, is a really solid, fluid two paws on. So we're working with a box right now, an empty box, which is a little bit slippery. Hey, buddy, good job. And good job. And since it's hollow, it has a little bit of a bend to it. So it did take a little bit of time for my dog to confidently put two paws on this box. You can work with a step stool. You can work with a chair, depending on the size of your dog, or furniture. You can work with whatever you want, but you want your pup confidently putting two paws on, following that treat lure. Yes, good job. And then going back off. That's when we're going to name this behavior. It might take you a few reps. Hey, buddy, go find that. It might take you a few reps to get a dog confidently doing that. That's okay. Once your dog is easily putting those two paws on, that's when I'm going to start using my verbal cues. And in this case, we're going to need two. We're going to need a cue that means paws up and a cue that means paws down. So for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to use up and I'm going to use off to tell my dog what I want him to do. He has absolutely no idea what these words mean yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my word right before my treat lure. Just a little reminder. Dog's language is body language, so I'm going to be really particular about him hearing that word first before seeing my hand doing a bunch of movements, because he's always going to default to my body language. Do I need to toss off another treat? He's really showing off today. We'll find those. So I'm going to put my box back down, and I'm going to say, Ham up, and then I'm going right back to that treat lure. Off, yes, and I'm doing the exact same thing with off. I'm saying off while his paws are still up, and then I'm helping him up. Up. I'm helping him up. He got a little bit confused. He's getting a tiny bit frustrated. I'm going to toss up a treat. That's okay. I'm doing a lot of chit-chatting. This looks a little different. Amy up. Yes. Two paws on, off, and two paws off. Yes. What's nice about this is after you practice this 10 or so reps, you can add a little bit more time between saying your word up, yes, and those paws going on, so you can see if your dog's figuring out that verbal cue. Up, yes, good boy. I took just one paw there. Now I'm off. I'm giving him a couple of seconds there to see if he'd take that paw off. He didn't. So I'm going to help him out with that hand signal. Up. Yes, good boy. Off. Oh, so close. Yes, good job. Play around with this. Again, this is one of my favorite tricks. It's really functional. I would definitely start off by working with something that is easily accessible in your house. It's not jumping, not encouraging them to do something that you consider a nuisance behavior. So if your dog is not allowed on furniture, is not allowed on counters, you do not want them jumping on people, don't practice this exercise in any of those scenarios. Every household's a little bit different. I actually have trained my dog to jump on cue. It's nice every once in a while to get a little puppy hug, but we don't want them rehearsing behaviors that you want to extinguish over and over and over again. It just makes them stronger. So find some unique ways to practice this. Again, you can practice on a chair, you can practice up and off of a curb, you can practice with a box, you can practice with whatever you like. Have a little fun with this and get training.